Hey guys, welcome to Thursday Thoughts. It's also the day that Molokai to Oahu registration opens, and I've just signed up. Super stoked to get into it. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to do it sup or foil. Um, just going to leave it out there and ask what you guys think I should do. What do you think I'm going to do? So let me know what your thoughts are and what I'm going to do, and maybe I'll let you know next week. Um, in terms of, I guess it sort of leads on well because I talked about races last week, and now we've got a race, big race, probably the most prestigious race, ocean race, Molokai to Oahu happening. And I'm hoping a lot of people turn up and do it. It was really cool to see Kai Lenny win it last time when I was on the foil, when I was on the sup. Interesting to see how many sups enter. Interesting to see how many foils enter. And look, I'm just excited to get over there again. It's been 3 years since I've been to Hawaii, and normally I'd be going every 6 months or so. So pumped to get back over there. I got a few other things I want to talk about, but let's keep going on Molokai to Oahu. And basically, the reason I think Molokai to Oahu is such a good race is um, just the camaraderie. People from all over the world come to this race. It's an island crossing from one to another, treacherous deep water channel. Um, it's not cheap. It's not the best downwinder you'll ever do, but you'll feel like you'd accomplish something when you get to the other side. Uh, Molokai is also a beautiful island, so I recommend crew that I think you have to book a minimum of 2, 3 nights and make the most of the time over Molokai because it is a beautiful island, and be respectful of the communities, and just go check it out. Go for hikes, go for swims, check out the beaches. It's awesome. Lucky enough to spend a bit of time over there. But yeah, so Molokai to Oahu, if you haven't already, go register, go get into it because it's a super fun race. There's also Hood River the weekend before, and Maui to Molokai the weekend before that. So I'm trying to line that up as a triple header. Should be fun, right? Okay, I've got a few other notes. I've been running some Wednesday afternoon clinics here in Sydney, and the surf hall conditions have been really good every Wednesday for the last 3 weeks. It's been epic. Had a frothy crew out there, and been really cool to sort of compare not only foil types, but different takeoffs, different size foils, big or small. And it kind of leads into my next question, which is pumping. What's easier to pump, a small foil or a large foil? Good question, right? Look, it's all about the range. So if your foil goes 15 to 20 k's an hour and you're pulling off at 15 k's an hour, it's going to be hard to pump. If you're using a faster foil that goes, say, 20 to 25 k's an hour and you pull off at 20 k's an hour, it's going to be hard to pump. But if you pull off on the big foil at 20 k's an hour or the small foil at 25 k's an hour, I would say it would actually be easier to pump the smaller foil. For myself personally, I've honed my pumping technique over many years, and spent a lot of time up on foil. But I think for people that are learning, there's this idea that a larger foil is easier to pump. And then, look, I tend to agree with it. It's going to get you further, but it's going to take more energy. So if I'm traveling 50 meters in front of me and I'm on a fast foil, maybe I'll take 5 to 10 pumps. Every pump I'm traveling, I guess 5 meters, so it's 10 pumps, 5 meters. If I'm using a larger foil, it's slower. That same 50 meters, I'll actually have to take more pumps because I'm not gliding as far between pumps. It was really interesting yesterday with Zane Westwood out there, and then a bunch of other guys who are using larger foils who were just sort of dialing in their pump. Zane was traveling so fast and pumping out the back so quickly, but if there wasn't a set on the way back out, he would actually pump way out the back, and then if he lost speed out the back, he'd have to paddle back in. Whereas the guys in the bigger foils would never get as far out the back as Zane did. But if they'd take a lot longer to get just to travel the same distance. So seeing the two different speeds of a large foil versus a slow foil was crazy. I think Zane was using Lift 90, and the biggest foil being used yesterday was the HBS 1050. The guys on the HBS 1050 were linking waves. Zane was linking waves, but Zane made it look easier. Zane makes everything look easier though, right? He's Mr. Style. But yeah, it's just interesting. The smaller foil you can get away with in pumping, the better. But it's all about the speed. If you're pumping and you never hit the certain speed that's required for that foil to glide, you will never be able to pump that foil easily. So it's all about your exit speed. Speed plus height equals glide. So the higher you are, the more speed you have, the more you're going to glide. Yeah, so that's just a little thing I think about when I'm pumping, and this is all of my Coach Casey Club course. I have about 6 sections on just pumping for surf foiling, more for winging, more for downwind foiling. There's so much content on there. I forget it's on there sometimes, and then I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the question everyone wants answered. Can't give it all away, but that's a little insight into, I guess, parts of pumping. The other thing, shims. So a big fall versus slow fall, the biggest difference is obviously the drag. If you're shimming it for more angle, more drag, it's going to be like using a bigger fall. If you're shimming it to be flatter, it's going to allow you to go faster, but it means your stall speed drops too. So if I'm using a shim, if my range was 15 to 20 and I use a shim for more speed, it might go to 16 to 21. If I use a shim the other way for more drag, it might go to 14 to 19. So just think about it as ranges, and you're shifting that range forward or back. Generally, smaller days, you're going to want to have more lift, more drag. The bigger days, you're going to want less lift, more speed. So just what I'm thinking about today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Check out the Coach Case Club if you want more content. But yeah, Molokai to Oahu, I'm super pumped, and you all should be too. It's going to be a good race.